The following is a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. Hollywood Redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live, Phenomenal Women, featuring in-depth interviews with today's most inspiring women. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood Redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, Phenomenal Women.
Hey, Tammy.
Hey. Every woman's theme song, right?
Yes. Love her. My girl, Whitney Houston. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Black Hollywood Live's Phenomenal Women. I'm your host, Ashida Onrae, and with me today I have Tammi Mac, and you may know her from KJLH's #1 African-American radio station that she co-hosts with Amiche. But today we're going to get into a little bit more of what she does outside of the radio station, and she does a lot. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So for our viewers out there, how did you get started into radio?
There was a radio station, well, there is a radio station in Houston, Texas called KTSU, and it's actually the radio station of Texas Southern University, which is a historically black college. So I got started in radio at about the 6th, 7th grade. They had a program on Saturdays called Kids Jam, where they allowed some of the kids in the community to come in and program their own show for an hour. Wow. Well, what had happened was no one was playing hip-hop. Around this time, hip-hop was becoming really big underground to the kids. And no other station in Houston, probably anywhere in the nation, was playing hip hop because everybody thought it was going to be a fad. Nobody believed that it would be hanging around.
Right.
So we started playing hip hop because that was our genre. That was our music. You know, that was our lane. And the station started getting ratings. So they put us up from an hour to 2 hours to 4 hours. Pretty soon we were doing 8 hours a day.
Oh,
Not a day, I'm sorry, a Saturday. And I would spend my Saturdays there. And when I first auditioned for the job, my dad brought me in and he had me audition with the program director. And she's like, here, read this. They had me read a public service announcement, which once they said read, I was like,
right.
Really? You're going to give me, that's like, you know, giving Lex Luthor kryptonite. Like, this is my power. Reading is my power.
Right.
So, and when I was younger, my grandmother used to pay us when we would go on long trips. She used to pay us per billboard. So every billboard we would read, she would give us money.
Oh, wow.
So you could rack up about $10 at the end of a long trip.
I like that idea.
Yeah, and she made us read books and novels. So reading was my thing. And so when that lady told me to read, I was like, I laugh at you. What else you got?
Right.
So, of course, I read the public service announcement. She was like, great. I answered phones for 2 years. And I thought, this is the most boring thing ever. So about the first year, I wanted to quit. I went home. I told my mom and my dad, I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm answering the phones. I'm not learning anything. I don't get to be on the radio. This is bull. And my dad said, well, look here, boo. You got to look at it in another way. This is how you got to look at it. Okay, you answering the phones, right? I said, yes, that's all I'm doing is answering the phones. And he was like, okay, you're an actress, right? I said, I want to be. He said, no, you are. So you got to create your characters when you answer the phone and work on your characters when you answer the phone and talk to the different people and create different voices. You got to use it. And I was like, And he said, and one day, a listener might call and ask you to play a song, and the DJ will play it, and they'll call you and thank you. And then you'll really like it. And I was like, this sounds like a bunch of garbage.
Right.
But it's buyable.
Right.
You know, I'm like, I don't know. You know, it's like, you know, Jesus on the cross, the man next to Jesus on the cross going, I don't know if this heaven thing is real, Jesus, but I'm going to go with you just in case it is.
Right.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to go with what he said just in case it's real. Mm-hmm. And so I started doing different voices and playing on the request line with different voices and creating little monologues. And I would be like, yeah, I'll get the song back on. And actually one day somebody requested requested a song, and the DJ played the song that they requested, and they called me back and thanked me. And I thought, oh, my dad was right.
Right.
Oh my God, it wasn't just. And eventually, what happened was someone was absent one day, and they asked me to fill in. And when I filled in, I did, you know, from observation, from observing and seeing what was done every day, I knew exactly what to do. I was nervous. I was so scared, but I knew exactly what to do. And I did it well. And from that point on, they gave me my own 1-hour show within the Kids Jam segment.
Wow.
It was called Simply Soft.
Simply Soft. I love it. I love it. Kudos to Dad right there, right?
I'm like, how do you inspire someone to answer request lines?
Right. Now, your fans and the viewers may not know that you were on KJLH, but Stevie Wonder personally requested you. He handpicked you. How did that happen?
Stevie Wonder is the owner of KJLH. He's owned the station for well over 30 years now. And how did it happen? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. I hate to bring up another Jesus, but Jesus himself couldn't have come down and told me
that would happen.
I have no. It was God.
Yeah.
I have no idea how that happened. I was working at KJLH very part-time, very, very, like almost 30 minutes one day out of a week. That part-time. That's how part-time I was. And because I moved to Los Angeles to become an actress, but all actresses need a side gig.
Right. Right.
So I was working there very part-time. I had never met Stevie Wonder a day in my life. Obviously, I knew his music. I loved his music. I'm a huge fan. It's not a song I can't sing. That's a Stevie Wonder song. And I knew that he owned the radio station, but I didn't know that he listened. And I didn't know that he came frequently. Like, he's not an absent owner. He literally is involved in the radio station.
Wow.
And one day I was asked to go into the office, and no one's ever asked me this question. So I'm like stumbling all over the place because I really don't. I guess it was such an out of body experience that I don't even remember the day, Ashida, really.
Right.
My program director said someone wants to see you in the office. I thought it may have been a celebrity, you know?
Yeah.
Or I thought it may have been another DJ. I really didn't know. I was part-time. Nobody knew me. And nobody even knew I worked there. That's how low-key I was.
Right.
And I go in, and a chair is turned around like this.
Stop. Wait, Tammy, stop.
And then this happens. And it's Stevie freaking Wonder. I'm like, are you serious? So I go back out the door to kind of go grab my program director. Like, hey, this a joke. Y'all punking me.
I can't even stop laughing because that was hilarious. Because now you're starting to remember. Yeah, okay. Keep going.
And I was halfway out the door, in the door, and Stevie's like, come here. Don't be scared. And he reaches his hand out, and he extends his hand and, you know, shakes my hand, and he says, nice to meet you. And he asked me what my sign is, and we talk about me being an Aquarius, and I'm in awe. I'm in total awe that I'm talking to Stevie Wonder. I promise you, Jesus himself wouldn't have told me that years in my life I would be sitting in a room talking to Stevie Wonder. I'll tell you another story that you're going to love to death that I never tell people.
Okay, tell me.
You're the only one that asked me the question.
And I love that. I love that as an investigative journalist here.
I have never talked about this, and I usually never talk about it. But and then he said he liked my work on air. And he appreciated what I was doing for the station. It wasn't inspiring in the sense of he gave me inspirational words. It was inspiring in the sense of Stevie Wonder appreciates my work, and I'm barely working here.
Right.
And it kind of made me think, you never know. You never know who's watching. You never know who's listening. Because even though he owned the station, I never thought, you know, people who are that large, they invest in things, and then they just kind of toss them to the side, and they're not really a part of it, or they don't participate in it. And some rich people don't even sign their checks.
Right.
So I never thought in a million years that he would have caught me 30 minutes on the air or when I was replacing somebody else on the ship. I would have never imagined that, you know. And it just made me think, you never know who's watching you, who's listening to you, who's paying attention to you. And you kind of got to be on your P's and Q's at all times, not because somebody's watching and listening, but because he's watching and listening.
Absolutely.
And you really need to represent the best part of yourself.
Right.
And so I think that's, in that way, it inspired me to be a better woman, phenomenally.
Right.
So that same day, Stevie keeps kind of late hours. And that day I was working overnights. So it was I was working from maybe about 2 a.m. until 4 a.m. maybe, or 6 a.m. It was still dark. So I get ready to go home, and I go into the conference room, and I say, Stevie, I'm leaving. I just wanted to say good night. And he said, oh, hold on. We're going to follow you home. And I was like, huh? Well, I said, you don't have to do that.
Right.
I'm good. And he was like, no. I said, we're going to follow you home. So I get ready to go to my little Mitsubishi. I had a Mitsubishi Eclipse at the time.
I had one of those too.
Rides really, really low, right?
Yeah,
Rides really low.
That's why I had to change it.
Yes, exactly.
Because it was like sitting
It's
on my
like-
sciatic nerve.
It's like you riding on the freeway. You driving the freeway. You almost feel like the Flintstones. You're so low to the ground. You could just stick your feet out and push the car yourself. And it was a convertible. And so I get ready to get in my Mitsubishi Eclipse. And Stevie's walking to, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say what he drives and stuff. But a nice car.
Right.
And he says, Francis, I'm going to ride with Tammy. I was like, did he just say what I think he said? So he gets in my Mitsubishi, sitting low to the ground, and Stevie Wonder takes me home.
Oh, my goodness.
And I'm thinking to myself, I just want to drive through Jack in the Box because nobody's going to believe this. And I need somebody to see that Stevie Wonder is in the car with me. So I drive through Jack in the Box. And I'm like, a taco?
Right.
It was the sweetest thing. And his thing was, he knew that I was new to the city. He was there, and it was really late at night. I was doing overnights, and he just wanted to make sure that I got home safe that night because he was available to make that happen for me.
I love it.
He got in his car, and we had security at my apartment complex.
Right.
And I know when Stevie Wonder got out of my car, my security was probably like,
is that Stevie Wonder?
Nah, can't be. And he said, have a good night and thank you for your work. And I was like, you're welcome. Did this just happen? Jesus himself couldn't have come down.
Right. And that reminds me of what my mom says, and I quote her every time I hear a story like this, that doors open with no handles. And it's so true, because that's what just happened. That's well, not just, but that's what happened to you. It just opened with no handles. You didn't have to bang on the door. You didn't have to turn the knob. That was destined for you. And that's why it's so important for us, in any field that you're in, when it's meant for you, it's meant for you.
Yeah.
And when that time comes, you just walk right in through that door.
And another thing it taught me, and look, this is my first two personal encounters with Stevie Wonder taught me lessons. So the first one was him inspiring me to always be on my P's and Q's without him even realizing that he'd done that.
Right.
The second one was stay humble.
Yeah.
Here is an international, like not nationally, like global, global superstar, loved around the world, has millions of dollars. There's not a place in the world he can go that he is not recognized. There's not a place that he's not welcomed with open arms. There's not a negative word ever said about this man. And he could blow and people will come to his rescue. And he decided to escort me home. How does that happen?
Right.
I'm this little chick from Studewood, Texas. And it just taught me, always be humble. You can always do something for someone.
Right, exactly.
No matter how small. And you never know. Well, he probably doesn't even know what that means to me.
Right. Well, Maya Angelou, who, you know, just passed, and rest in peace, but she said that was one of her quotes. No one would ever forget how you made them feel.
Exactly.
And that is so true. And that's just an example of you know, what your story, what you just shared with us.
Yeah.
So I want to get into, you came out here to be an actress, and you had your little side hustle. But
I'm still doing my side hustle.
But many of your fans may not know, and the viewers, that you are a formally trained actress, and you have a Master of Fine Arts degree, and you trained with the Groundlings, which is world-renowned as well. And you're also producer and a writer of the sketch comedy High Estrogen. And you're in countless commercials. And I'm reading it, and I'm just sitting here like, I didn't even know that, you know, until I was researching you. And I applaud you.
Thank you.
For all the things that you're doing. And tell us, in addition to what else you're doing here, you're also doing something that is phenomenal, I have to say. Bag Lady.
Oh.
How did you... And I watched it and I crack up, because you're also a comedian as well, because you're hilarious when you tell your stories. So I want to talk about Bag Lady right now, and I have a clip that I would like to show the audience so they can get an idea of what Bag Lady is.
This is a real talk show. You got a clip? I'm on The View. We have a clip.
We have a clip.
Tell us about this clip.
Which is your upcoming web series, or web series you have going on. So.
Oh, and I get to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is nice. This is real nice, Ashida. This one's a good guy. Don't sabotage yourself with experiences from the past. I'm not the only one with bags, Cassandra. I know your story. It's time you write a new one. Drop the bags.
Now, tell us about Bag Lady. What inspired you to do Bag Lady?
I was inspired to do Bag Lady. My best friend and I, Michelle, we were on a flight from Houston to LA, long flight. And we were talking about the men in our lives. And then we started comparing them, like this little jokey joke, like, well, girl, what about when Tyrone did this to me? Well, what about when Bobby did this to me? And we were laughing and joking and like, girl. And then all of a sudden our laughter kind of subsided. And we were kind of like, well, how is it that we let all these men into our lives and get treated like this? What does that say about us? That we continue to affiliate ourselves and be a part of men who would treat us this way. Forget about them. What's going on in our heads? And so we started analyzing ourselves. Like, it became less about the men that treated us bad and more about, why did we allow ourselves to get into situations that we knew would be bad for us?
Right.
And she told me a couple of stories, I told her a couple of stories, and I started writing them right there on the plane. And I said, I should do this as a book. She said, you should do it as a one-woman show first. And I was like, oh, God, yes. That's what I should do. And I started writing them. And eventually, it became a one-woman show.
Yes, talk about it. Let's talk about it. Because you did how many shows?
We did 11 shows.
11 shows, and each of those shows were sold out. Hallelujah. Kudos. Tammy, yes, congratulations.
I was very
to that.
excited about that.
Yes.
Very excited. And I was also excited because not only did it sell out, but everyone loved it.
Yeah.
Like, everyone went away with something from the show. And that, I think, was what I was most proud of. That my words on the paper flew off the pages and onto that stage and into the minds of other women and even men in some cases. I think that's what I was proud of the most, that there was a story that was told that wasn't really my story in the end.
Right.
It seemed to have been everyone's story, which is one of the web series, which is the purpose and the point of view of the web series. The Bag Lady in the web series is the woman who all of these situations have happened to her already, but she knows that every woman will fall short and end up in one of those situations that have happened to her. So she kind of serves as the guru, the Yoda of relationships, and she tries to stop the woman from getting into this danger or from making this bad decision before she makes it. But of course, you don't listen.
Right.
Because you feel like, she don't know nothing. She an old bag lady.
Right.
Well, why am I a bag lady?
Right.
What bags do I carry that you're about to pick up? And so it's really, and the thing that the bag lady says in every webisode is, I know your story. I'm not the only one with bags.
Yeah.
And we all have bags. Men, women, black, white, Hispanic, Asian. We all have bags. And so Bag Lady, the one-woman show, was a show that exposed the bags of one woman and how she reconciled with those bags. How she, it goes to it takes you to the very beginning of the very first bag she ever picked up, which was at the age of 8.
Yeah, we pick up our bags very early.
And then it takes you to the very end. It takes you through all the other bags that she picks up along the way. And then it takes you to the end where she resolves to drop them all, and how she resolves to drop them all. And the only way you can drop them is to know where the first one came from in the first place and to make peace with that.
I love it.
And so that's what Bag Lady was about. It wasn't about, I like to make sure people know, it wasn't a show that male bashes or that dogs out men. It was a show about, if anything, female bashing.
Right.
It was a show that told that told the spirit of a woman who picks up all of these bags and all of these bad decisions that she made, because she could have made better decisions and ended up with better men. So it wasn't the men in her life that made her who she was. It was her decisions that made her who she was.
I love it. And they can actually follow the rest of the series on your website.
YouTube. Tammi Mac TV.
Tammi Mac TV. And
Tammi Mac TV.
Also, you also have a website as well.
Yes.
TammiMac.com. So Tammi Mac TV to follow the web series of Bag Lady, and you can learn something. And then if you want to get more information on Tammi Mac, TammiMac.com.
Yep.
And in addition to that, so you got KJLH, you got the Bag Lady, and you also have something that you're doing with my girl Vanessa Bell Calloway, who was here for Mother's Day.
Oh, she's the perfect Mother's Day guest.
Yes, I love her.
Oh, she loves being a mother.
I love her. And you have the Mac mic mixer.
Mac's Minute Microphone Mixer. It's a tongue twister.
Yes, it is. That's why I was like, Mac.
I don't
and that's
think
why I did
Vanessa
it slow.
can still get
right. I said it very slowly.
Mac's Minute Microphone Mixer.
And we have a clip to show the viewers what that is too as well.
Show.
So with that, all of those, amazing talent, you are helping people who are up and coming, and it's your way of giving back.
Yes. Yeah. It is probably the thing that I am most proud of doing, because it's really not about me. It's about everyone else and what they get out of the show. And I think that's what both Vanessa Bell Calloway and I love the most about the show, is even if there are no industry guests there, the world that we've created in that industry showcase is a world of like-minded entertainers and producers, directors, writers, actors. So you get all of these people in one room, and you automatically have a show, some kind of show. You know, you got a producer who can produce a show, who sees a director sitting next to them who can direct a show. Then you see a writer who can write a show. Then you see actors who can be in that show. And then you get you put your minds together and you create a show. And from the mixers, this is what has begun to happen.
Yeah.
People have gotten together and created their own web series. They've created their own short films, and they've all done it with people who have come to the mixer because they're beginning to make contacts and network with people who are like-minded in the business. And what Vanessa and I always say is, it's not about coming to the show and meeting John Singleton. who has been a supporter of ours. It's not about coming to the show and meeting Bill Duke. It's not about getting on with people who have arrived already. It's about creating your own team that you can build and you arrive together. That's really what our mixers is about. And we use it as an example every show. If you look at Keenan Ivory Wayans, Living Single, that's his family. The whole show, Living Single, Living Color, Living Color.
And Living Color,
That's his whole family. He didn't go out and look for Halle Berry. Well, actually, he did look for Halle. I think Halle Berry was in the show. Forget about that. And he didn't go out and search for Angela Bassett. And when he, he went and was like, "Oh, you my friend, y'all all my family. I got 22 brothers and sisters. Y'all come on, be in the show." And even if you look at Martin. The television show Martin and Tisha Campbell were friends. Martin and Tashina Arnold were friends. They all came from House Party. Tashina and Tisha were friends from Broadway. They did hair together. So a Little Shop of Horrors, whatever it was. And so they knew each other. They started from the bottom, not a here, in the words of Drake. And so that's kind of what we try to convince people is it's not about people meeting people who have arrived already for them to give you your break. It's about you building your own team and creating and giving yourself your break. Taking yourself to the next level. It's not about somebody else. Everybody keeps talking about, I'm so sick of the next level today. Everybody is always, well, I want to find out what I can do to get to the next level. Well, I need to do this to get to the next level. I need her to get me to the next level. I'm sick of the next level. What's wrong with the level you're at? Like, how many next levels could there be? What next level is Will Smith looking for? Everybody at every level is always looking for the next level. It's like, you there. You're here. We never take time to embrace the fact that we are here at a level. Embrace the level you're at.
Embrace the level absolutely.
And then the next level, like your mom says, the door opens with no handles.
Build it and they will come. That's my saying. You got to build, you got to put the work in. Absolutely. You got to put the work in. And everybody just wants to, it's like we're in that microwave state of mind where we just want it so quickly, but we don't want to build and work our way up to whatever level that you want to get to.
Yeah, because I'm be honest, I'm not going to sit here and be righteous. After my one-woman show, I'm like, ooh, I'm tired. I ain't got nothing left in me. I can't, if I don't make it now, if can't nobody spotted me yet, if can't nobody put me in a movie now, if I can't get on being Mary Jane now, forget it. I'm done. I'm going back home, be with my husband in Lafayette, Louisiana. I'm going to be a housewife and have some kids. And take them to school. I'm done. So I mean, I know I say it because I know it. I know I'm that person that's like, I need to get to the next level. I need to get to the next level, and it's like, you gotta slap yourself. Like,
and you're absolutely right, because and the thing is, you did it and you sold out shows. So I mean,
and you still ain't happy. Like that. What kind of world is that? What world do we live in? And you still ain't happy. Stevie Wonder came twice. You're still not happy.
I love it. I love it. Well, Tammi, I appreciate you being here. And I know you got so much going on, but I have got to ask, are you doing anything else to tie into
this not enough.
Right.
I am doing the web series, actually. We're focused on the web series. I am looking for writers to help with the High Estrogen comedy show. We're still doing, High Estrogen is an all-female comedy, sketch comedy show. So we're still doing those. They've been on hiatus since we started filming the Bag Lady web series. So we're filming the Bag Lady web series. We have 4 episodes now. 2 are up on Tammi Mac TV, and then the other 2 will go up, 1 a month. So, and then we'll film another 4 probably within the next month. So we'll be looking for actors, and I hire my actors from my mixers.
Oh, I'm going to go. So, I want to be I want to go. I want to do it.
I hire my writers from my mixer. So
let go of my bags.
So if you come to the mix, our next mixer is June 27th. I don't know if I'm allowed to say a date on your show, but y'all
absolutely, absolutely.
June 27th is our next mixer. Friday, June 27th, and you can go to TammiMac.com to register online there as well. So
Your wonderful publicist here just sent me a little message and wanted me to say that one of your people that you want to meet, one of your favorite is Tina Fey.
Oh, God, yes.
Yes.
Are you kidding me? Oh my God. I think I am the Black Tina Fey.
You're the Black Tina Fey.
I'm the Black Tina Fey. Tina Fey works.
Yes.
I read her book and I didn't realize how involved she was with Second City.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I trained for a couple of years at the Groundlings, but she was almost the Second City, you know. And I thought, God, this chick works like me. I mean, only she's making a lot more money and she's on NBC. So, you know, that's the next level everybody talking about, I guess.
That's the next level.
The next level?
That's the next level. It's coming. It's coming.
But yeah, I just think she's awesome. I think what she's done in a male-dominated world, what she's done in the world, forget that it's male-dominated.
Yeah.
What she's done has been incredible. Incredible. And I just love her work ethic, and I just aspire to have work ethic like that, to be able to write like that all of the time. See, I don't even know how she keep the kids.
Well, you're on your way. You're doing. Actually, you know what? You're doing it. How about that? That's
Thank
what I'm going
you.
to say. You're doing it now. You're not on your way. You have arrived and you are doing it. Thank you so much for being on the
Thank you,
show.
Ashida.
You are truly phenomenal, and I appreciate you being here with me today. Again, TammiMacTV.com or TammiMac.com. You can find her web series there, and you can also check out her website as well. I'm your host, Ashida Onrae. Thank you for watching Phenomenal Women, and I'll see you next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for watching Black Hollywood Live on YouTube. For more in-depth interviews and news, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion in the comment section below here. See you soon, everyone. Bye.